Well, hello, Music Multiverse listeners. Yeah, there's a new opening. It's time to go to war. Album Wars, the war decree for November, harkens to a controversial topic, a banding together of masterful musicians, or just popular ones, depending on who's your point of view. Tonight, we're having our panelists give us their favorite 5 supergroup albums in hopes that we can find some continuity. I'm scared. But in a sea of these feelings, it could be very, very difficult. So this might be a war that could end all wars. I was so anxious to find out, so that's why this album, whatever one wins, is the final album to get in to this year's final war of 2025. Of course, being joined by the 12th album, which comes from our Album Listen Challenge. And currently, that is Sidialu's Beta, which has only one more Album Listen Challenge to surpass, to become part of that. I know the boys over in Spain are probably going to watch the show, and I'll tell them the winner already is. No. All right. What could be better than combining talents in the music multiverse? Right. And who was the first and how do you define it? Well, here's my thought process so that we know where we're going. But it does not rest well with some panelists tonight. I'm maybe. Who knows? One, you can always give hindsight to a band that had power figures before they were. I don't like that. Hence, I technically eliminate Cream. What? Only one guy was popular. The other guys were probably only known to people who were musicians. However, they are what they are. So I believe that at least 2 of the members need to be solo popular or band popular, because not one man does supergroup make. 2, you can't knock jazz as technically being the first area of supergroups in the modern sense. So yes, you can have the quintet from 1950s. That's right, Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Mingus, Charlie Parker, Bud Powell, Max Roach. It's 1950. Good luck finding it. That's an actual super. They did one live album together. Purposefully, they did such. Oh. There are a lot of these supergroups that accidentally did. What happens? Well, Tommy just happened to be in the club. Oh, he was at the recording session, so he jumped in. You know, you can't have all this. Like Miles Davis, people showed up because they knew Miles was doing something. So they probably snuck by and went, oh, hey, I play tambourine. Oh, sure, why don't you come in? Oh, is that Herbie Hancock? Oh, yeah, come on in. Is that, maybe that's not how it went, but I'm being an ass. This is the key. Formed, right? Who dropped by accidentally? I don't know. I think it had to be intentional. That's me. But again, anybody can do anything. What about a duo? Well, I'm hoping nobody did this, because if they didn't, we can have a whole nother album war just based on duos, which would be kind of fun too, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So either way, I'm not going to knock the choices. Let's see where the supergroup albums fall and do what we do best. The Album War. Speaking of supergroup, we did our best, but we only got these fools. He takes his coffee with 4 cream. Jeff Young?
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, I know you don't. Oh. She's a willing audio slave to Beyond Your Radio. Susie Q. She conducts her liquid tension experiments at home. Damn, Deb Armitage Hicks Maloney. Yes. Can't use that one. Can't. Oh, this one. Here it is. He's been waiting for it all night because he knew I'd go this way. He's the best damn Yankees fan there is. Yeah, right, Gasco. See what I did there?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, so who didn't make it? Well, we had Alex Kalizny, who was going to be boy genius, my ass. And Jeff Crichton, the self-proclaimed second Jefferson Wilbury. Did not make it. Oh, and then if Steve does make it, Steve is what? Where's him? Where? Sometimes you just have to have blind faith and pick a panelist.
Yeah, nice.
All right, so let's start this off. You do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Did I make it?
You made it.
Yay!
You want to hear your intro?
I'd love to.
All right. Sometimes you just have to have blind faith and pick a panelist.
Nice.
Steve Scouten.
Nice. Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Love the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of it all of a sudden.
He's got the Merv Griffin set. I love the greatest Seinfeld episode of them all.
I literally walked in the house and I'm like, I'll give it a
It's
shot.
now called the Kramer set.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, so good. That's classic.
All right. So I'm going to let Jeff Young start us off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, there's only really two supergroups, which I'll get to later. But just for the exercise, which, by the way, I hate the term supergroup. It's stupid. Because let's face it, how many supergroups would want them to be known as a supergroup? Like, there might be like 2 or 3 at most, but like most of them, when you look at the list of if you Google, hey, what's a supergroup, or what are the list of supergroups? It's like, okay, 3 band members of one prominent band added a different singer. Like, that's just adding a singer. You changed, like, maybe you went together and did something, but it's just lame.
I know who
But
you're
having
speaking
said
of.
that, I went with my first choice was Bad Company. Mostly because they had a lot of success, especially in their first 3 albums. You know, members of Free and King Crimson most notably, but a lot of songs that you still hear today that are just timeless, which a lot of these other supergroups might have 1 or 2 you would recognize, but nothing like these guys.
Number 4?
You're talking like, So, well, 4, I went with Traveling Wilburys because you just can't beat the names, you know, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, George Harrison, Bob Dylan. And I'm doing the others all together.
Yep. You're
So
number 3. And then, just go down. But remember,
I went based on success. I went with
make sure they're albums, just to make sure they're albums, because I'm assuming Bad Company, Traveling Wilburys, Volume 1.
I'm going, I'm just going with debut albums. Only the first
Okay.
album.
All right. Okay. Gotcha.
But, but maybe, for example, the reason I picked them was because of their collection. But, you know, number 4 is going to get disqualified because I just picked it in conjunction with number 1, because while this doesn't have an album, so I just picked the British version, Band-Aid, and my number 1 is USA for Africa, 1985, Rule of the World. Like, you just can't, there's never going to be a better collection of super group stars than that. But the Band-Aid is more of a couple singles, and they've redone the singles every couple decades. For Ethiopia, but I mean, you just can't beat USA for Africa with the names on that. I mean, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, Kenny Rogers. They're just like, it's just ridiculous.
So I had Bad Company. I have Traveling Wilburys. Then I missed number 3.
We had Cream.
Okay. Number 2.
So number 2 has got to get thrown on because they don't really have an album. That was Band-Aid.
Oh, okay. What's number 1?
Number 1 is USA for Africa.
That's a super duper group.
It's super. Thanks for asking.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like Bob Dylan, Ray Charles, Cyndi Lauper, Springsteen, Nelson, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Tina Turner, Kenny Rogers. I mean, and that's not even half of them.
All right. Well, Steve Scouten tried to follow that up.
Okay.
And Dan Aykroyd, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
And Dan.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give it a shot. All right. So for my number 5, it really wasn't between these two, but when I started doing some research, I kind of really liked the Damn Yankees self-titled album.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad, but when I put it up against the other ones that were 5 through 1, it just doesn't hold. But I like the album. So what knocked that out was Blind Faith. Okay. And when I looked at Cream against Blind Faith, I looked at, Baker and Clapton versus Winwood and Clapton, and I'm a Winwood guy. So self-titled debut album, Blind Faith, is my number 5.
Okay.
Baker was also there too.
Correct. But I looked at the three with Cream. When you add Steve Winwood to the mix, I just think, I mean, Ray, we saw him. I love Steve Winwood. So, and I actually think he's a guy that really, when he went solo, he just got better and better and better.
I agree.
Yeah.
My number 4 was a similar type. I had a similar exercise as to what I had with Blind Faith and Cream, because I really like Audio Slave. But it became, is it Chris Cornell and Rage Against the Machine for me, or is it Chris Cornell and Pearl Jam for me? And it's certainly Pearl Jam for me. So Temple of the Dog is my number 4. Their album.
I have a question about Temple of the Dog, if you don't mind.
No, go, please do.
Temple of the Dog took place before Soundgarden even came out with their first album, or fill in the blank.
Or Pearl Jam.
Whatever, Pearl Jam. So
Right.
a supergroup I thought was people who are superstars known then get together. That was the
That's my
reverse.
take on it too.
Right.
So-
Well, that
Yeah,
is, again,
I'm not
I
saying
opened the
wrong.
show.
And Temple of the Dog was kind of their tribute to the guy from Mother Love Bone,
Right.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But didn't it come out after 10 came out?
No, I don't think
Same
so.
year.
Wasn't it 92 and 10 came out in 91?
I mean,
Right.
even Soundgarden's came out the same year, but just later in the year. Like I think Temple of the Dog came out in the beginning of the year, so it technically might be the same year as those albums, but came out technically.
Let's just be
It was a
clear.
pretty super
In
album.
that,
no one
in
knew
that
it.
area of the country, they were all superstars.
In Seattle.
Anybody would have
Yeah.
went to see them at any point in time. They
Yeah.
all knew each other. They
Yep.
all took over. That I mean, it was just Soundgarden made it first, right? They got the record deal first, right? So
And I lean towards Temple of the Dog for another reason too, which probably, is just a very good look inside what a foolish person I am. But when I went to see Pearl Jam in May, I think I've talked about it before. It was their last show of this tour, which now becomes Matt Cameron's last run with Pearl Jam. But it was also the anniversary of Chris Cornell's death, and they played in the music leading up to the concert. I'm a big guy that loves to Shazam songs that are being played before like in between the two acts or this and that. I always find you get some really cool music you might never hear then, so I always Shazam them.
I find it refreshing when you actually hear something you haven't heard before.
Correct.
The stuff you've already heard,
Correct.
Or
How much-
you might think, oh, these are definitely picked by the band.
Yeah.
Or, oh, this is just whoever's in charge does this,
Correct.
how much
Like
does Shazam cost?
$0.
Darn it! Because then I'd say you could bring me to the concert. I'll tell you what the song.
I'm sure.
It's $shazillion dollars.
Yeah.
So they played All Night Thing, which is the last song on Temple of the Dog's album,
Oh, wow.
and it is freaking fantastic. So when I look back at that show and kind of trying to compare, nothing against Rage Against the Machine, I like them, but that was why I picked them as number 4.
Great reason. I like your reason.
The top 3 are going to be very run of the mill. Number 3 for me is Asia. Asia's, I mean, they're the epitome of a super group.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of my first cassettes ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, just a great album. Tons of hits on that album, 1981.
That's the one with the serpent.
Was it big in Asia?
Great question.
Edith
I
Molnar.
happen to be just a
Asia
little.
Minor.
Yeah, I was just a little west of Asia when that came out.
Asia Minor.
Number 2 for me is Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Deja Vu. I love Neil, so when if it's CSN versus CSNY, I'll take Y all day. So 2 for me, pretty easy, CSNY. And number 1 for me, I like Volume 3. I really like Volume 3,
Yeah.
but I think you know, when they got together and did that, and obviously the Traveling Wilburys,
Get hurt at a concert, get ripped off in ticket prices, called Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Those four guys, I mean, the talent pool there are just, you know, second to none. So yeah, Traveling Wilbury is real easy for me. Volume 1.
5 guys.
Yeah, 5 in that one.
Or 5, yes, true.
I'm sorry, I meant the hamburger place.
Oh, now I'm hungry.
Yeah, well.
Yes. So there's my 5.
Nice.
All right, Susie Q, you're up.
Okay.
Or Eurasia. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about hungry.
What?
All right. I don't want to be judged for any of these.
Too bad.
No, this is a no judgment
Oh,
zone.
there's plenty of judgment here.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Zip it.
Ray, go grab your gavel.
New Kids on the Block.
All right. So maybe, all right. I'm just going to list these for whatever they're worth.
And they're in the right order.
This fifth one is what it is. I was just trying to listen to different things that maybe I, just shuffle them in the mix. But anyway, and I don't know if they're super groups or not. They're not going to win anyway, some of them. So my number 5, I went with Weather Report, Heavy Weather.
Ooh.
I wanted to get a jazz in and
Good album.
and it'll go nowhere.
Quite
This
possible.
one, I just did it for one song and I went with Bad English 1980.
Wow.
How can you not
Nice.
it's just John Waite and good.
You're going to wait on that one.
Yeah, I know. When I See You Smile,
Oh,
about all night.
love that album.
My number 3, I also went with Temple of the Dog. I don't care when it came out.
No, I think
It's a
even if it's
super
free,
album,
I think it's still got to be considered.
right? I went with Them Crooked Vultures for number 2.
Oh, I wondered when that was coming.
Yep.
It's a good album.
It
I
is.
like it.
Yeah.
And of course, not just because Dave Grohl was involved, but
Just gonna say your Dave Grohl is showing.
Always. It's okay. You go. Stick with your man.
Why she didn't go with
Stick with
Probot.
your
I don't
man.
understand why she didn't go with Probot.
Yeah.
and number 1, Traveling Wilburys,
Nice.
because it's classic. And of course, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and I knew that was going to be on. It's going to be on lists, so I didn't even bother. But
We might have a problem there, actually.
Oh.
Well, one of the panelists didn't show, so can't be counted unless there's a tie. What are you drinking? Deb.
Okay, this is so difficult. I know that there's some controversy about certain things. We've already talked about it in the beginning, but I actually picked mine because of certain songs that I really connected to with. And so maybe not in the order that I really would. I keep changing my order anyway. So I'm just going to go with it now.
Okay.
Because now I have 6 albums, but I can only use 5. All right. So we're just going to, So my number, what'd you say?
I just sneak one in because I have one that's continued. Really.
Okay. Cool. My number 5, I have to go with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and they're not even a band I like, but their pedigree is pretty impressive. But their album Deja Vu from 1970 had a couple songs that are very personal to me, and one of them is Our House, and I cry every time I hear that song.
There's no
So,
crying in baseball. Oh, sorry.
Well, this isn't baseball today, Ray.
I don't know. Damn you.
Well, actually that's where that got kind of tough for me. So, my number 4, I was going to switch it out with Damn Yankees because I'm a Ted Nugent lover. I've seen him in concert. I sat on his lap. Such an amazing thing. Yeah, in his trailer at Art Park. I got a picture. I'll send it to you guys.
Tango.
Oh yeah. So I didn't end up picking them because I ended up picking Cream, Disraeli Gears. I know that technically you're saying not, but I know that Jack Bruce was from Manfred Mann. And Eric Clapton has been very influential in my musical journey in life. And that album has Strange Brew and Sunshine of Your Love and just songs that are iconic, right? So I moved them to number 4. My number 3 is Asia as well. I love Steve Howe from Yes. I loved Yes. I love King Crimson, and that's John Wetton was with them, and then Carl Palmer from ELP. That Jeff said you had that CD. Well, I wore out, or you had this cassette. I wore out my CD because I actually had a CD player, one of the first ones, and I just played that over and over and over again. Yep. And then my number 2 is the Traveling Wilburys, volume number 1. I was a big Jeff Lynne fan because I loved ELO. I loved Tom Petty. And actually, it was my first introduction into Roy Orbison. So that opened up something for me musically. And I think that's important too, because I may have never ever paid attention to him if he hadn't been with these other dudes that I like. And my number 1, it's just because this is ingrained in my musical psyche. And for our Saturday album review that Mark and I are doing, one of the albums we are doing are various artists paying a tribute to Bad Company. So I chose Bad Company's self-titled album from 1974. I mean, the title track, Rock Steady, Ready for Love, Can't Get Enough. Paul Rogers, you've got Mick Ralphs from Mott the Hoople. I mean, anybody that's in a band called Mott the Hoople, that's cool. So those are my 5. And I was going to pick Damn Yankees, but like I said, I only sat on his lap. I didn't, it's not like I'm getting married to him.
Wango, tango, wango, tango.
Yep.
And we bring it over to Ray.
Come on, Ray.
You predicted at the beginning that there weren't going to be a lot of repeats. There's a lot of repeats, and I'm just going to probably add to a bunch of the repeats. But let me jump into it. The one that's not a repeat is actually my number 5. And as I was going through my list, and a lot of them were, well, recognizable. I'm sure a number of these guys, especially Jeff's iPad 2 over here, we'll certainly know this band at number 5. Again, looking just to be different. So I'm choosing this one. Honestly, I never knew this album or the band until earlier this year. Actually texted Steve and one of our other friends about it earlier in the year. I'm like, did you realize that so-and-so and so-and-so is in this band? Did you ever hear this band? I was certainly drawn to it. I heard a song, and then I looked it up, and then I pulled up the album and listened to the album like 3 times in a row. I was drawn in by the lead singer, arguably the best voice of the grunge era, with all due respect to veteran Cornell, who happened to be the frontman for Alice in Chains. This is Lane Staley. You add in Mike McCready, the drummer for Screaming Trees, and you have makings of his grungy supergroup. The band is Mad Season, and their one and only album was called Above, which was released in 1995. And like the real harder Alice in Chains stuff, I think I mentioned this on our I think we did lead vocalist or whatever it was a few months back. We talked about like the real hard stuff I wasn't really drawn to, but when he gets into that more like acoustic, more ethereal, atmospheric sound, his voice just does something, and just really drew me in, and
Here's
really
live.
love that album. So I'm going with Mad Season with their album Above at number 5. Number 4, we've heard this mentioned a couple of times from the names of the members of the band. Has there ever been a better supergroup? Everyone was a sheer superstar in their own right, and hearing each one of them handling different lead vocals on different tracks on this album, and all of their albums really, was pretty special. End of the Line, Congratulations, Handle with Care, all just standout tracks. And the thing is, with this album, Volume 1, the careers of Tom Petty and Bob Dylan were revitalized at this point.
Yes,
along
they
with
were.
George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, and the great Roy Orbison, literally one of the finest vocalists in the history of popular music. Just put a magnificent album out, and it was really just so much fun to listen to. So, Traveling Wilburys, Volume 1 at number 4. The 1982 debut, summer of 82, man, I remember this album so well. And Deb just really hit on a lot of this, which some might be a repeat, but John Wetton on lead vocals. I'll tell you right now, and I've mentioned this in the Genesis versus whoever album battle we had. Wait, I was not a prog rock guy at all. I mean,
Hmm?
could do with all of it. Was not a King Crimson fan. Was not a Roxy Music fan. Nor am I now. But so I never really knew John Wetton.
Mhm.
But John Wetton, once I heard "Heat of the Moment" and "Only Time Will Tell" on the radio, I'm like, who is this guy? And that
Mhm.
whole album just captured me. And I remember that summer. So I graduated high school that year. It was just incredible. Jeff Downs and Steve Howe
Yep.
from Yes,
The
along with
82.
yeah, summer
Yep.
'82. The great Carl Palmer, of course, the
Yeah.
P and ELP. You know,
Yep.
it was a great time when progressive rock took a big shot at synthesizer pop, which was dominating the charts at that time.
Mhm.
And there was a deep track on this album, and it was a great ode to the Vietnam veterans called Wildest Dreams. Just an
Yes.
incredible song. Every other
Mhm.
track just simply wonderful. Soul Survivor, Time Again, and many more. They never, I mean, they released another album or two, never came close to this.
No.
Much like Boston's debut, they could never really follow it up in such a great way. But Asia, their
Yep.
debut at number 2, or at number 3. My number 2, I'm not a Neil Young guy, so I can do without the Y, and I'm going to leave the Y out when I pick my number 2 because
Okay.
the debut album from CSN was truly the album that I loved. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes is one of the greatest opening tracks among any debut album that I have ever heard. Just spectacular, a masterpiece, in my opinion. Most know that the song refers to Judy Collins, who was
Yep.
Steve Still's girlfriend way back when. Um, Quite sinful for pop radio to have cut the second and fourth verses out of the song to make it a single back in the day. Almost as sinful, as pop radio chopping up American Pie, which was
Yeah.
story for another day. But after Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, you had Marrakesh Express, which is timeless.
Yeah.
Helplessly Hoping is another classic rock staple. But the two others on the album that really stand out for me, and I list amongst my favorite tracks from the band, are Wooden Ships and Long Time Gone. Long Time Gone was like David Crosby's epic moment with the band, in my estimation. The next album became bigger because they were on their way, but it's the
Mhm.
debut that really stands out for me, and its freshness and its innocence, and again, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes is just spectacular. And then originally, I had not intended to include these guys. However, the number of supergroups and the albums that were deserving were far less than I originally imagined. Reviewing the list, you either had bands that were great but didn't really fit my definition of a supergroup, or you had runs where they were just not complete albums. There's a lot of these that just weren't full albums. That's what I'm looking at. When I'm looking at a great album, I want it to be a full, complete album. And we talked about it on the 1968 show. So much of
Yeah.
that stuff from 67, 68, and before that, they had so much filler on it. But this band came from some critically acclaimed bands with limited commercial success, namely Mott the Hoople and Free. Their
Mhm.
debut was one of the finest albums, period, of all time. And they were finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this past Saturday. Long overdue. The
Oh
lead
yeah.
singer, to me, is the greatest living rock singer. He came from the band Free, as did the drummer, while the guitarist came from Mott the Hoople. Their bassist came from King Crimson. The band, the album, and the title track are all called Bad Company. The greatest living rock singer. Bad Company, the album number 1. And one track, just as a side note, one track, not sure if it's widely known, Ready for Love was actually originally a Mott the Hoople song on their 1972 album. And Mick Ralphs, who actually passed away this year, brought that song from Mott the Hoople when he joined the rest of the guys in Bad Company, and it became one of the many huge hits on that first album. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Bad Company. What a record.
Great,
Yeah, I agree.
Great order, great choices, great reasoning. You know, I
Oh,
love
no.
that. I love that Bad Company record, but no Dangerous Age, no Holy Water. We didn't like.
Yeah, he was good
we
too.
didn't
That
like
singer.
Mark Howe. What? Or no, Brian Howe.
Brian
Howe.
He ain't Paul Rogers.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally different. That's when I saw him.
No smoke without a fire.
Look out! I'm a Dangerous Age. All right. My 5. Boo-hoo. Okay. So, super groups. So, Audio Slave. No. It's Rage Against the Machine with a different singer. Absolutely true. Do I want to put Praxis on there? Of course I do. But who's going to listen to that but me? Just me. That's Buckethead. That's Bill Laswell. That's Brain. That's, it's, come on. It's too many great people there.
Super obscure.
Velvet Revolvers, Contraband. Yeah, I get it. But
Badly.
there's some filler on it. But the one album that I left off that I felt bad about, and I wish there was, we could, I felt bad for Mike and the Mechanics. In the Living Years, that's a great record. It's a little sappy,
but
but
it's okay.
then again, so is Asia. So, no,
all I need is a hit single.
But eat me a whole album.
All right, so I'll start my number 5, and I go to the heaviest of metals, the collaboration of somebody from Pantera, somebody not even Slayer, or where, I don't even know where they all come from, but they're all heavy metal guys that were waiting for something else to happen. And while they're waiting, they said, you know what? We'll make an album. And I like that album, but no, the second album they made was just killer. And they give their ode to Led Zeppelin with their Down to a Bustle in Your Hedgerow. That's Down. I think that's Pantera. But you know what? I should probably mention who's in the band.
Yeah, that would be important. Did you not do your homework, Mark?
I thought I would remember off the top of my head, but I guess I couldn't. The best laid plans of the guy who runs around. So we got Pantera, Crowbar, Corrosion of Conformity, Goat Whore, I Hate God, Super Joint Ritual.
If I hear one more freaking Goat Whore song at a wedding, I am gonna throw it.
So they're first, because they're all New Orleans guys. So they had a New Orleans kind of. So their first album was called New Orleans NOLA, and then they did Bustle in the Hedgerow, and they did a Down 3, and a new album is expected, and they were actually one of the Unknown Sundays. So as I did that, I got what I wanted out of this.
Okay, good.
Unknown.
Now move along.
Keep on.
And here is the band that you're all gonna go, man.
That we forgot.
Yes.
Okay.
So in order to not screw this one up, because I don't want to make the mistake, but I'm fairly sure that one guy on the panel is going to be like, oh no, and it might even help me get it into the final war. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Give us your juice.
You sound about Jeff.
You're gonna Lucinda Williams me here, aren't you?
So Chris Layton and bassist Tommy Shannon, both of Stevie Ray Vaughan's band Double Trouble, along with Doyle Brown and Charlie Sexton, the Archangels.
Oh,
no
geez.
filler. All killer.
This is good.
And why the hell they didn't make another album is insanity to me.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I was like, whoa, Stevie Ray? Did he? What's happening? What's happening here?
Yeah.
So my number 4 is Archangels, and it's self-titled.
Good call.
The next one goes off the rails.
Again.
I'm a sucker for Jack White.
Oh, I am.
And when he joined with the lady from The Kills, Alison Moyet, Moyet, whatever how she says her name, and the rest of that crew, there's nothing Nothing better than Whorehound by the Dead Weather. And if you love kick-ass guitar playing and a
Yep.
screaming chick that knows how to bring it, and of course, Jack White fills in too. It's a hell of a record, start to finish. As a matter of fact, on the greatest supposed albums in supergroup history, this is not the one that's chosen in the top 50 albums that were listed. They chose the next record. I don't agree.
Say we get like one more person to add to this, and we'll call it Super Beyond Your Radio.
Yes. Supersize of Death with a Coke.
But it has to be somebody. It has to be Rick
Yeah.
Beato.
Yeah.
He's a star.
Most super groups are all-star bands.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I don't do Crosby, Stills, or Nash. I don't try to do them separate. I don't get me wrong. I respect it. I listen to it. But when Young is in there, there's just a whole new thing. And I don't like Deja Vu.
Oh God, I
like
that
American
album.
Dream. Always have, always will. I
Okay.
just love the angst on that. And it's. But again, like I said, I'm going to screw things up, and that's definitely what's going to screw it
You
up.
just did it.
Yeah,
You just
right?
did it for CSMY.
Yes, my number 1 is Traveling Wilburys. There was the minute this was on the platter, I knew
You
that
knew.
Volume 1 was going to be, everybody maybe. The only person I thought might not have it might have been Jeff Young. That was the only person I thought that would be like, well, maybe he'll go
Okay.
Audio Slave, maybe he'll go Velvet Revolver, or maybe
Uh-huh.
Doesn't count in my book, man.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's a straight 6 for but not obviously all number 1, but all 6 in there.
Yeah, but all
Jeff
men.
said he sent you his list. Do you have that?
Yes. And there's not a lot of surprises there.
Just go right to page 3.
Yeah. Number 5, the trio of Emmy, Lou, Dolly, and Linda. They had 2 very good albums. The first one, I
on every list, including grunge artists.
Yeah, Bad Company. He was in for number 4. And just inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Cream was his number 3. And he didn't actually mention the album, so I'm assuming it would be the debut. But I would agree with Deb that Disraeli Gears is.
I thought it was better. Yeah.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, Deja Vu. And his number 1 is Traveling Wilburys, Volume 1. And he is the honorary Wilbury, Jefferson Wilbury.
He's the 6th.
By his own volition. I do not believe the band members sanctified that, but maybe. Who knows? He did work that album. So.
Okay, well, there you go.
But
Then there's us. Well, I listened to it.
If there needs to be a tie. So here's how it went. The left bracket, the number 1 of all time that had the high score was obviously Traveling Wilburys, Volume 1. The next at number 2 was Asia on that bracket. And so they're 1 and 2. So Traveling Wilburys Volume 1 will face off against Crosby, Stills, Nash. The debut.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Then Asia will face off against them Crooked Vultures.
Know how I know you're gay? You have an Asia poster. Remember that 40-year-old version?
Yes.
So on the right bracket, it's Bad Company at the number 1 spot and Temple of the Dog at the number 2 spot. Bad Company will face off against Archangels as it being the lowest seed on that side. And then Temple of the Dog will go against Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young's Deja Vu. So Crosby, Stills, and Nash have 2 appearances.
Wow.
Young 1.
Okay.
All right. So we go back to the left-hand side, and away we go.
Okay.
So we'll start off, we always do, with number 2 and number 3. So Asia up against the Crooked Vultures. We'll start with Jeff Young.
I mean, I guess I'll go with Asia.
Steve.
I will take Asia.
Sue.
I really love them Crooked Vultures, but I learned something tonight. I didn't know Asia was a super group.
You thought they were just super lucky that way.
I just didn't know, but now I
Well,
know.
plus
and-
because of your age too. That was the first time you were introduced to those people, probably, right? And you thought that that
Mhm.
was their band, right?
You
Asia.
have a framed Asia poster. How hard did they laugh at you when you asked them to frame this Asia poster?
I think she just called you young and not Jeff.
Deb, save me.
Asia, Asia.
Ray.
Asia Minor.
Mm. I will take them Crooked Vultures because I
Dare to be
Oh.
different.
no, Asia just I do not have that record. I don't.
Oh my God, it's the
Come on, check
best.
the A's behind
You
you.
know I don't have
Nice.
to because they play it all the time.
2 songs.
Heat of the
That's because
moment.
they're a super group. Because they're a super group. That's
No,
why they
because
play
they're
it.
whiny little bitches, just like Yes sometimes, and just
How
like
on
what's that?
earth
Just
did
like
A-
Sticks.
How on earth did Asia
Oh,
not get a
stop.
song on the Miami Vice soundtrack is beyond me.
Yes. Oh no, I do like them Crooked Vultures. I like that
Okay.
sound. Asia, you know what the funny part is? That's a progressive band, right? But that's progressive pop, really,
Who's
right?
Power
Yeah.
Pop,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
A good
Yeah.
All right.
job.
definitely.
I mean, it's
All right, so we're gonna go in reverse now. Volume 1 versus Cosby, Stills, Nash. I'll start. Traveling Wilburys. Ray,
CSN.
Deb,
Wilburys.
Sue,
TWs.
Time Warner.
Eve,
I will take the Wilburys.
Mr. Young.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash will be selected by Jeff Young.
Okay. All right, so that's a 4-2.
Nice.
So
Nice.
the Traveling Wilburys will move on just like Asia. And since we're already at that side, let the
Okay.
war continue.
Okay.
All right. It starts with Jeff Young. We have Traveling Wilburys versus Asia. They're taking on an entire continent.
Yeah, I just can't pick the Traveling Wilburys. They annoy me, so I'm picking Asia.
Steve,
Traveling Wilburys.
Sue,
I disagree with you, Mark. I think Asia brought a lot of different musical tastes together. However, I am going with the Traveling Wilburys.
Sue. Or not Sue. Oh my God.
Two again? I get
Yeah,
two
Sue,
votes?
you get to vote twice.
I'm
You
Deb.
deserve it.
Yeah, Deb.
I'm doing Asia.
Oh, it's
It influenced me.
neck and neck heat we got here, and we're going
Influence
to
me.
Ray.
Just one point. I think we're starting to blur album with groups, so
Yeah.
that's
Sure.
why my point
Mhm.
here that
Album.
Mhm.
I got to go album versus album. And as
Mhm.
much as I love the classic voices of the 5 of them of the Traveling Wilburys, an album, like I said, from beginning to end was so great. I'm going with Asia.
Okay.
Agree.
Well, I'm going with Traveling Wilburys. That's a tie. So now we have to go.
Alphabetical order. Asia wins.
Well, if you go to Cried, you know you're going TW.
Yeah.
Traveling Wilburys were on.
And he
the-
didn't even
You
put in
don't
the
you don't
time.
even need to ask. Believe me.
I would wonder where he would put Asia.
He would put them far, far,
Yeah.
far down the list.
He would not want.
Well,
yeah.
that was a close one. I
Yeah.
like that it was close.
Okay. All right.
And tomorrow the album for today will be Asia. All right, because I'm going to listen to it again, and maybe I was harsh.
There you go.
You're
right.
always harsh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to cry. There's no crying and
So
beyond your radio.
our side is done there. We know who's
Okay.
moving on to the final. On
Got
the other
it.
side, let's start off.
Okay.
Right hand bracket. We got Temple of the Dog versus Deja Vu. And we're going backwards. So I am Temple of the Dog. Ray.
Deja Vu.
Deja.
Deja vu.
Which one is Deja Vu?
That's Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Young. It's the one with
Second
Ohio on it.
Our
Live.
house is a very, very, very fine house.
I thought it was in the middle of the street and it was on fire. No?
Probably if it was my house.
Two.
Who's next?
No, she's contemplating.
Oh, she's
Did you say my
contemplating.
name?
I-
Do.
It's really hard,
Say my name. Say
but
my name.
I'm gonna stick with Temple.
Temple.
I
We have a
mean,
tie at this
yeah.
moment. Steve, tough one.
Yeah, it is. Scratches. I'm gonna go with Deja Vu.
Mm.
And now it can be
Mm.
over or it can be tied. Jeff Young,
It's tied.
you're doing Temple.
Yep.
But guess who's the tiebreaker?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
taking Deja Vu.
And it's Temple of the Dog win. Or no, Deja Vu win.
Could you? Pride would never.
Yeah. Could you see him? Oh,
No.
man.
Oh, he might touch it, but
How did he
Deja Vu
survive
is
the
right up
grunge
here.
era? Did he even? Okay. Let's not get there. Let's not go there.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna call Joni Mitchell. If she would have went grunge, she's responsible for all of this. You know, if she just would have got some distortion going and sang about a diseased turtle.
Well, Emmylou Harris took her place tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And your girl super group.
All right, so it's Deja. All right, Bad Company now takes on the Archangels. We start with Jeff Young.
Bad Company.
Steve.
As much as I want to, I'm gonna say Bad Company. I'd rather go the opposite, but Bad Company's debut album was fantastic.
Yeah, I have to go with Bad Company. I just know more. Again, they were one of the first groups I ever saw in concert. I didn't know they were a super group.
You know what? I didn't either till this exercise, to tell you the truth, and don't kick me off the panel. Okay, go ahead.
I think Mata
okay.
Hoople and Free had 2 hits combined prior.
Yeah, right. I mean, I would.
But they were
Yes,
critically acclaimed bands, so.
exactly.
So, yeah, I'll get to. Damn.
Bad Company.
Ray.
Till the day I die.
I will be the only Archangel.
You always have to do it. You always have
now
to
the
do
lightning
it.
bolt comes. I will say this. At the time of my knowledge of Bad Company, because I didn't even have the guy you're talking about playing at the helm, I wouldn't have known either. And
Okay.
Free, that album is excellent. That's a banger. And
Yep.
taking that into a Bad Company, that makes absolute sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think it's very conceited to have your song, your band, and your title to be the same.
Good
Well,
stuff.
I think musicians are narcissists, so let's just
Bad
put it out
Company,
there.
right?
Okay.
And then next thing, Big Country. Okay, stop.
That's
All right,
another
so
show.
so Bad Company will face off against Deja Vu. It starts with me. Jeff, you're up.
Children.
You kick us up.
I'll do Bad Company.
Steve.
I'll say Bad Company because for the fact that it's a great album, number one, and for number two, the fact that they should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame about 15 years ago.
Amen.
Yeah. It is a wonder, isn't it? Sue.
Really tough. I appreciate the one, like I know I've heard them a lot with you, Mark, but the band that I enjoy more and the album would have to be Bad Company.
Deb.
Bad Company.
Well, let's go to Ray and find out where he is.
I'm not sure.
Till the day I die.
There you go. There it is. All right. It's unanimous. Bad Company.
This is kind of cool because I think I got my 1 and 2 battling
It
against
does
each other.
look like that to me. Yeah. So now it'll
I
be
love it.
interesting to see how you vote when it comes down. to
I
it.
know it's a little tough.
Could be a tie, and then we know what happens. So, oh no,
Oh,
oh no,
And Joni Mitchell wins.
and Joni Mitchell wins.
Joni Mitchell. After all this, 3.5 hours later.
Sweet Joni Blue Eyes.
All right, it will be the Traveling Wilburys Volume 1 versus Bad Company. Bad Company. And we go, that's me to start. I am Traveling Wilburys. Yeah. So I'll start it off with the Wilburys. Right.
Till the day I die.
It's Bad Company. Damn.
Bad Company.
Bad Company. Sue.
I'm going with the Wilburys.
Steve.
Oh,
I'm going with the Wilburys.
oh my God.
It's 3-2 at this moment. And it's over to
Come
the
on, Young.
decision maker, maybe. Jeff Young.
Remember, I love your haircut.
Bad Company.
It is tied. And the casting
And the
vote goes to the
is
guy who had Bad Company in there, though.
okay.
All right, but he had,
Jefferson.
He had Traveling Wilburys at number 1.
Mm,
What do you? Should I call him and hey, what would you?
No,
no.
I'll let him know.
Then he ruined my day.
I will
The
say,
day, the day Ray died.
when we went to do this, I had this thing. I thought the Traveling Wilburys would be there. That was for
Mhm.
sure in my mind. Bad Company. I did not know how the panel was going to take that, where they were going to take it. I thought Cream would have been all over this. So it was nice to see something different, and I love the picks that went down. And yeah, there's more. There's all kinds of them in the jazz realm too. So
I'm just happy it came down to an album. Again, we started to blur artists with album.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad Company and Traveling Wilburys are complete albums.
So, what were your albums that we missed? Would this have gone differently for you? Please feel free to leave a comment. Add those that we didn't think of, or maybe we might have been shocked about. I did go through the entire list, as in the Wikipedia, of all supergroups, including those by different definitions. So all of those mentioned today were in that vein for sure, by that definition. I'll thank the panelists for doing this. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course, articles, videos, podcasts, all about music, albums, bands, artists, anything we can get our hands on. If you got an idea for a show, send it. We're always open for that kind of stuff. Go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching. And remember, tomorrow's album for today will be Asia, as I restudy my that I should have been more connected to that album. I was not. Thanks for watching and happy listening.